Hey now, we snagged a bunch of habaneros the other day, so it seemed like a really good opportunity to make another habanero hot sauce. Today's sauce that we're going to make here is going to be a mango habanero, so we're looking for like a really nice heat in it. We're going to have some really good sweetness and mango flavor going on there, some really good acidity, and a whole lot of other ingredients there just to add some complexity. Now I am doing this with my Instant Pot processing and then sous vide pasteurization process. It is easy to adapt this process in order to make it work with perhaps just a conventional oven and then perhaps even pressure canning the jars. But I really like this. It's really quick and easy. So come along for the ride. All right, so the first step here is we're taking some of our veg. I'm chopping it up here. We're going to be caramelizing it in the Instant Pot here, and that's going to give us some nice extra flavor. And we're starting off here with 2 pounds of carrots, which I'm just peeling. I removed the stems and the tips, and we're just getting them into this Instant Pot. We have 1 small yellow onion here, which I just peeled. And again, just giving it a rough chop just for a little more surface area as it is caramelizing. I have 6 ounces of peeled garlic here, but before I add it, I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the little root ends here. So there we go, into the Instant Pot.
Yep. Peppers.
Peppers. We also have 3 large yellow bell peppers here. I'm just going to be chopping them and adding them to the Instant Pot as well. I'm going to save these little ends here for the chickens.
Chickens are going to have big, loving these peppers.
Yeah, a little snack, eh?
Yep.
So we have the Instant Pot on the saute setting here. Going to stir this up here for several minutes. I just want to get a little bit of caramelization on all of this veg. If you're not going to be using an Instant Pot for this, you could just oven roast it or you could even just pan fry everything. While that's sauteing, just to make the most of my time, I've got a couple of oranges here and I'm going to peel them. So once we have these peeled, I'm just going to cut them open. I'm going to remove a little bit more of that pith there. And then we're just going to sort of chop them up and save them for later.
Now we're just going to put them in this bowl.
Yep. And we just have them set aside there, and we're going to repeat that process with 4 limes.
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 Nice and sour.
Yeah, they are. So adding these limes are going to give us some of the acidity that we want here, as well as just some of that awesome lime flavor. All right, so we are on to the sketchy part. I actually threw gloves on earlier so that I wouldn't forget to do that now. But we're going to deal with these habanero peppers. We've got 25 ounces of them. And in the video description, I will put the entire recipe as well as measurements in both imperial as well as metric.
Make sure you have gloves on so that, and don't touch your face.
That's correct. We don't want to mess ourselves up. So I'm cutting off just the stems here. I'm also going to be saving those for the chickens. They like all the hot peppers. I'm leaving the seeds in here. And I'm also just going to quickly inspect all of them just in case there's like a little knob of mold or something growing on part of them there. I don't want to include that. So just going to do this with all of them. Now with these peppers, I am also going to split them in half here. I think that's just going to make it a little bit easier to fit everything into the Instant Pot, just because then we'll be able to tuck stuff into here and they won't occupy quite as much space.
Yep.
All right, now that we have some color on here, it's time to add some more ingredients to the Instant Pot. And the first of that is these habaneros. And we're going to get the limes and the oranges in here. They're starting to get pretty full. And then finally, I just have some white 5% acetic acid vinegar. I'm popping in 4 cups of that for now. And then some more here. We're going to be adding 6 cups total of this vinegar. And it's time to get the lid on. And then with the Instant Pot here, I'm going to run it on manual for 4 minutes. If you don't have an Instant Pot or a small pressure cooker that you can use like this, you could also just make sure to oven roast everything until all of the veg is nice and soft. So after that pressure cook, we let it naturally release, and ooh, look at that. So now that we have all of our peppers and veg and citrus, everything really nicely processed and ready to go, we are going to be adding everything to a blender here. I really like my glass blender for this. This is actually my dedicated hot sauce blender. Now for this part of it, I don't recommend going much more than 2/3 or so full here. With all of this stuff still a little bit hot, you get a little bit dicey. Now for this one, we actually go to do this because everything's still really quite warm in here. I typically like to put a towel over top just in case we have any sort of liquid coming out here. And I just like to pulse it a little bit and And then once everything gets mixed up a little bit, we're ready to blend. So the trick here is just blending it until it's nice and smooth. This is going to wind up with a little bit of a thicker hot sauce, but here we are. I'm just going to be adding this to a large bowl so that I can blend it as I go. The other thing I'm going to do as I'm blending this is I'm also going to be adding a tablespoon of smoked paprika. I've got a tablespoon of black peppercorns. There's a teaspoon of kosher salt and also a teaspoon of dried oregano, or I could use around about 16 fresh leaves of that if you wished. Well, here we are with the last batch run through the blender here. So it's time to mix and sweeten. So of course this wouldn't be a mango habanero hot sauce without some mango, so I'm just using some mango nectar juice that I purchased here. So I'm adding 960 mils or around 32 ounces of that mango nectar. We're going to stir it up and have a little taste. Okay, that's really good. Lots of mango flavor going on there. Tons of heat. This is really spicy. And lots of really nice balance there with the garlic, the onion, the carrots, all of that, those bell peppers, everything just rounding it out. This is super delicious. You can see I have my precision cooker heating up over here. Now it's time to pasteurize. So now in these 250 mil or 8 ounce mason jars here, I'm just going to package it up. I really like using this mason jar funnel. It really helps prevent making a mess on either my counter or on the mason jar rim. And now we're just wrapping up the packaging here. And we are ready to get these jars into the hot water bath to pasteurize. I have the hot water bath set at 150 degrees Fahrenheit here, which is absolutely perfect for pasteurizing. The nice thing about doing this is that we're not hitting these jars with too much heat. I find that that really helps with just maintaining the flavor profile and also the color of this. When you hit it with too much heat and pressure, I don't really like the effect that it has on the finished product. So this is really a great method of pasteurizing these jars. So here we are, really nicely full. And I'm just going to let these sit here at 150. So with this pasteurization process, you want to leave these in here for at least 2 hours. These have actually been in here for 2.5. I'm just going to pull them out here now and let them cool. Well, after pulling these out of that hot water bath, I just let them cool down on the counter overnight. And you can see here, they're nicely sealed up, which is perfect. Now, this is just a reminder that this recipe can definitely be adjusted if you don't have an Instant Pot or a precision cooker. You can oven roast those vegetables until they're nice and soft. You can get that caramelization going on during that point as well. And as far as actually processing them, you could use just a pressure canner or anything like that that you would use in your home for canning. Typically, just follow the manufacturer's instructions. Now, I should also mention that this made 22 jars of this size, that 8 ounce or 250 ml size. But now it is time for a taste test. So just take a look there at that sauce. It's this beautiful bright orange color. Oh man. And smelling it, I'm getting that sweet mango. Definitely a little bit of heat coming off that habanero coming up in the aroma. Sweetness in the door. A lot of that mango flavor, then instantly that habanero just goes BAM! Hits you in the face. Tons of kick going on with this hot sauce. But then that mango flavor, it's still just maintaining there. You have that beautiful, nice, sort of ripe mango character going on. Really nice balance between the sweetness and that heat. Oh, this is incredibly spicy, but very delicious. I kind of want to drink it, but I don't know how that would turn out afterwards. Now, this hot sauce would be very versatile. This would go great on burgers, on tacos. It could go amazingly well with anything where you're looking for a good amount of heat with some sweetness. In fact, hold on, I got something for this. So I've got some of this ham pizza here that I made in the Ghazni Rock Box last night. Big fan of that pizza oven. What an amazing pairing. Okay. Awesome. So if you are looking for a nice, spicy, yet sweet hot sauce that you can use on many, many different things, this here is an absolute gem. So give it a whirl. If you do, let me know how you like it. And until next time, keep it at 11.